Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. Welcome to the Empowered You 10-day morning routine challenge for you and your business. My name is Misty Petrella, and I'm going to be your host on this journey through you and your business. And the reason I created this in the first place is because I myself struggled a little bit in this area, as well as many other coaches I know have struggled in this area of getting close to burnout, overwhelm, and quit. And these, your work in the world is so important. We need it. And so I had to do something for myself, actually, to support myself in up-leveling and moving through expanding my own self and my business. And I was struggling. And so I'll tell you about that in a minute. And I was looking for a solution, and it took me a while, but I found one. So thank goodness. And that's what we're going to go through today. What I'm hoping that we'll accomplish is that you'll learn how to not only get support through structure of this for yourself, but also for being able to do this for yourself in a really personal way. I mean, I'm not here to show you how to create my morning routine. I'm here to support you in structure with a morning routine that you can, and I will show you many ways to personalize for yourself. So it's not my morning routine that matters. It's creating something that you feel really nourishes you and sets you up in a powerful way throughout your day. And it's not just about you and your spirituality and all your self-help and all that awesomeness, but we're also going to be talking really specifically about your business and what you're working on every day, and accountability and things like that. And I'm going to throw in a little special something at the end. So it's going to be really exciting. Okay, so really quick, I want us to all come together and create a space of love while we do this challenge together. So put your feet on the ground, get in a comfortable position. This one will only take a moment. And I want you to take a couple of deep breaths. And center yourself and your energy. And imagine all of the other people that are on this call with you coming together in a big circle, all joined together by love and connection and support. All the people that are on this call now, all the people that might watch this call later on today, or even tomorrow. All of you are a part of this circle of love that we're bringing together right now. And this circle is powerful. Not only can you just come here and actually just be in a place of love, but also, I could feel all the people in here too. It's so beautiful. Also, if you need any healing, please feel free to step into the center of the circle and join in. It's a powerful place of love and support. All of our ascended masters and our spirit guides are here helping us and supporting us through creating this circle. And just take a moment here and just be. We don't get a lot of space in our lives to just be. Okay. Wiggle your hands and your toes. Come back into the room. Thank you for joining in. That's so beautiful. I'm so excited that you did. Okay, so now we're all here together. Now, the reason, I said a little bit about why I created this because I have my own personal, struggles with getting things done and my energy feeling really low. But having a morning routine can be a really, really small thing that you do in the morning. This is, we're going to take a little bit more time today because I'm going to tell you some stories, but really it's about taking a really small amount of time in the morning to set you up for the rest of the day in a really powerful way. And not just you and your business, but the people that you come into contact with, the relationships you create, the opportunities that you see. And so getting into your body and clearing out your energy does some really powerful things for you. One, it resets your energy. So if you are holding on to some things that aren't really helping you, or if you had some things go on throughout the day and you need some time to process them, this is a really good way to do it. And we'll talk about how in a minute. It gets you into your body and out of this thing right here. Yes, your brain is very powerful. Yes, it is very necessary. But no, it's not the smartest thing in your body, and it has limitations. This here is a yes-no device. Yes, no, left, right, up, down, back, front, right? Our heart sees things in a much bigger, our bodies see things in from a much bigger perspective. So it actually gives you a whole lot more information to get into your body and out of your head. And it stops that processing that like, am I good enough? What's going wrong? How do I fix it? Things are going right. Things are going right. The computer that's always calling us. It raises your vibration to spend a small amount of time focusing on you in the morning and your work before you get into your work. And the power of raising your vibration, that one's easy, right? You go from a place of, we're all coaches and healers here, so you probably know. So, you go from a place of not being able to see possibility and negativity and all this stuff to being creative and in the flow and seeing possibilities and opportunities abounding, right? So, and not only that, but it programs your brain to have a really good day. When we fill it with love first thing in the morning before you go to work, it makes you stronger and more resilient throughout the day. You don't feel so like battered around by everything that happens. And it's way more exciting and fun to take on your work when you feel good to get started than if you're feeling like poopy and you want to crawl back into bed. And most importantly for me, it takes me out of victim mode and into the creator role, right? Like I'm not, again, like I said before, I'm not so swayed around by all the stuff that happens throughout the day. I can step back, make a choice, and move forward. It gives you space between reaction and reactivity. I guess it gives you more space to process. And there is a lot of times where sometimes, not a lot of times, there were times in my life where I would fly off the handle. Not like unreasonably, but everyone gets upset, right? And so there were times I would get upset. And when I take care to do my morning routine, I can see those moments I'm getting upset and choose a different reaction. Really, to be able to choose a whole nother reaction and change the course of a situation. Come on, dude, that's huge. And even be able to see it as it's coming. Most of the time, if you're feeling poopy and your vibration is low, you see things like 5 weeks after they happened. Like, boy, I wish I would have done that different. Boy, I really wish I wouldn't have fallen off the handle. Or boy, I wish I would have answered that thing differently or whatever. So, and really importantly, this one was really powerful for me. I watched it happen over time, okay? I went from a place of, I wasn't reactionary to my clients. Like I would never show them if I was like triggered by something that they said, but I would still sometimes get triggered, right? Like oh, I can't believe she just said that, or I can't believe he did that, right? But once I started doing my morning practice, I didn't get triggered by my clients anymore. I could simply just hold space and be in my body and be supportive without taking on whatever is going on for somebody else. That is powerful for the other person, right? Because you're not trying to take away their experience. As empaths, right, we try to take on other people's emotion. We do it most of the time. We do it because we're not even realizing we're doing it. But we take on other people's emotions to try and save them from themselves. That ain't helping you, and it's not helping the other person. So this morning routine allows you to stay in your body and not be so affected by what's going on with other people. And as empaths, we are so affected. So this calms that down a little bit and gives you some space, which for me is a really big deal. Okay, so this, I'll just give you real quick. I'm going to try and go fast because I have some extra information to tell you today that won't always be there. But I was in a place in January and February and March. It was pretty tough for me, actually. For some reason, the stuff I was doing to get clients and work and be visible wasn't really working anymore. And at the same time, which was really weird, I had this huge project launching. So in February, I launched Epic Goofs, Splendors, and Fails, which was great. I got a ton of people on my list, and I met a bunch of people, and I got some clients out of it too, which was beautiful, and all this good stuff. But the things I was doing in my regular business weren't working. And I'm having this big event, which at the same time, my business was doing okay, but it wasn't at the level that my event was at. And it felt really, I don't know, it felt really not dishonest. It felt out of alignment. And I was stuck. And then I moved across country. Okay. So then I just mixed my energy up a whole bunch more. And I was away from, I moved out to where my sister lives, but I was away from the things I knew and the routines. And my whole life got turned upside down all at one time. And I was really stuck. Really stuck. I wasn't like I was about to quit my work. It wasn't like that kind of stuck, but I just didn't know. I was watching myself go down this spiral of negativity. And I'm going to tell you in a minute about the 3 levels of energy. And I was experiencing one of them very acutely. And I couldn't stop it. I had a business coach, and I was kind of telling her what was going wrong, but I don't know if I wasn't being clear enough or it just didn't come through. And I just was really, I was having a really hard time. And I stumbled across this book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I've told you that's the basis of this challenge. I changed some stuff up, but I'm using a lot of his because you need to go buy this book. It's so amazing. It's a game changer. And you'll hear almost every coach in the world talk about this book. Like the Gina DeVries, it's on everybody's reading list. Okay. This is a big book. It came out in 2003, I think. Anyway, I was late to the game finding this book. And I knew some of the stuff that was in it. I know you're supposed to meditate every day and blah, 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 blah. But I didn't, he just packaged it all up so beautifully and with such, he knew all of my objections as I was having them and talked right through them. Okay. So, and not only was I struggling personally, but I'm watching all these other coaches also struggling, right? My coach was struggling because she wasn't happy and was burning out. Now we have Callum Rush and Justin Livingston, who are 2 huge coaches right now, right? And they are talking about their whole new program is because they got burnt out and almost quit. And another coach who I highly respect just sent an email out saying she's changing her whole business because she's burning out and quitting. And so it's an epidemic. And it's not okay because we need this work. That's why. This work is so needed, right? So I knew that once I saw my clients starting to have more success than me, which is beautiful. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, really. I mean, you're like, yes, the work I do is powerful. Yes, I'm making I'm not. I'm helping people to make transformation. Yes. And I'm not using my skills on myself. Shit. Right. So I knew that it was me. At that moment in time, I knew it was me. I knew it was me. And that if I got myself there, then I was going to have to crawl my butt back out and fix it. I just didn't know how. So I started looking for another way. And like I said, I found this book by Hal. And it sort of changed my life. So let's talk about the 3 stages of energy really quick. Now, when I moved out to Portland, I found a new spiritual teacher. His name is Matt Kahn. I would say he's pretty much Buddhist in his philosophies. I would say it's like 80% Buddhist, maybe 20% spiritual. And all energy. I mean, he talks in like the language of energy. And if you want to see his stuff, simply go to YouTube because he has got videos everywhere from Sunday. He's kind of a kook, right? If you watch his stuff, he has this sort of way about him. It's Matt Kahn. He's beautiful though, but he has this very interesting energy about him. So, but I adore him. And he was talking about in this one video, I can't remember the name of it. I went to try and find it again, but apparently it's not for you guys to know the name of the video. So go watch as many of them as you can. But I looked for the name of the video. I couldn't find it, but he's talking about this 3 stages of energy. Okay. It's either dynamic and in the flow state and vibrant and alive, or it's shrinking or stagnating. I would say like shutting down, or it's integrating, meaning it's processing. Okay. These are the 3 stages. And I was like, oh my gosh, the people that I know need to hear this. So if we need to be aware of our energy, right, as coaches, and I do believe that this is, well, let's just talk about it. Being aware of our energy as a healer, as a coach, in any heart-centered field that you're in. I don't care what work you're actually doing, okay? But your energy field is just as essential to you as a basketball player's body is. Okay? Now, if you are a basketball player and you need to run up and down that court 500 times in a night, I don't know if it's that many times, but you know what I mean. Like, and they're in the finals right now, right? Those guys are working their butts off right now playing basketball every night of the week. Could be as many as 7 games, right? So those guys can't be 200 pounds overweight and run their butts up and down that basketball court all night long. It's just not possible, right? I have no judgment about someone who's overweight, and I have no judgment about someone who's a basketball player. I don't care what you weigh. My point is that you need to be prepared physically and energetically for the work that you do, no matter what your job is. And that is just as essential for us as coaches and healers. Okay? So, or any career where you're putting your energy out into the world. I really don't care what it is. So, it's really essential for us to take care of our energy field. Why? Because that's our basketball court. We're meeting with people all day long and helping them move forward and sharing our energy with them. Most of the time, we're not with them. Sometimes you have in-person clients. Every once in a while, I have an in-person client, right? But even right now, you and I are interacting through a screen. So we're working together energetically. You're not physically touching me. We're energetically communicating. And so if that's our work all day long, it's essential that you take care of your energy and keep it in the highest and most beneficial state. And when I say high, I don't mean high, low, or out, back, or, you know, forward and down. I don't mean like that. I mean a higher vibrational resonance or a lower vibrational resonance. That's what I mean when I say high or low, okay? But you, to be effective at your work and still bring in clients and still help through transformation and still be there for your life and still be there for this and still be there and still do and still do and still do all day long and then into the evening with your own families, your energy field becomes as essential as a basketball player's body. Because you're running up and down the court energetically all day long. It's essential. And if you don't, you burn out. Your energy level falls. You become resentful. You become shut off and angry, right? So let's talk about the 3 levels again, since this stuff is so important, right? So dynamic, in the flow, right? This is when you feel possibilities everywhere. This is when you're like, I'm a money magnet. This is when you feel amazing, when you say, I could take on the world. This is the dynamic flow state. This is when your energy is moving around your body. It's not stagnating. You are in the flow. Or I'm going to show you an exercise in a minute to keep your keep your energy moving through your body without stagnating. It almost has a tingly feeling to it, right? Like excited energy almost has like a sort of a tingle to it. Like anytime, how Elrod compares it to Christmas morning. Like when you were Christmas morning, when you were a kid, you know, that excited energy when you're like, could not wait to wake up and start your day and find out what was under the tree and in your stocking. That is the energy of dynamic and in the flow state. That is excitement. That is being in the flow. Another stage of energy is stagnating, right? So it's another word for this, which people have been using a lot lately, is shrinking, right? If you are feeling fear come up, or you're like, maybe I shouldn't do that, or your ideas aren't going very far, or you are in comparisonitis. It's a really big one for us, right? Or the I'm not good enoughs of the world. That's all stagnating and shrinking. And it also has a very different feeling to it. It has this, it's almost like a cold sweat feeling, right? It's like, it's this pulling back feeling, like fear. It's almost the feeling of fear, right? Except it keeps going. It keeps turning in on itself. And then stage 3, and by the way, you can't be in any of these 3 stages at the same time. You either are dynamic, or you are stagnating, or you are integrating, and that's stage 3. So integrating is when you are in the process of processing, when you are working through something, trying to figure it out, when you're in the process of up-leveling, but you're sort of trying to still be really aware of choices that you're making. This is like a learning phase, absorbing. My spiritual coach says to me a lot, so you're really processing like crazy, aren't you? It's when you're trying to figure something out, when you're trying to work it out in your brain, all of that, that's processing. A lot of times we're processing when we're in the process of up-leveling. So shifting from that really stagnant energy back into some more of a flow state, or you're sort of raising your vibrational level. Now, beware that when you are in the integrating phase and you're processing, you might experience very dissimilar to the dynamic flow state where you're like, oh my God, things are great. And when you're feeling low, you're like, oh, things are bad. When you're integrating, sometimes things are great and then they're bad. And then sometimes they're great again and then they fall down again and then they're great and then they're bad. So you will go through the process probably several times. It's a sort of like you're shifting up and down because your body's trying to integrate to a newer level. So the integration process can sort of feel like it's it sort of feels a little volatile, I guess. It's a volatile sort of process. But it does mean you're on the way up. Okay, you're not stagnating anymore. So my question for you is, and I want you to write this down for yourself. We don't need to, I'm not concerned about the answer because all three answers are perfectly fine and okay. But think about where you are in your own business. What does this mean to you? Are you in the flow state right now? Is everything feeling really easy and like coincidental and possibilities? Are you feeling like you're shrinking a little bit? This is where I was in January and February and March, right? I was hard in the shrinking phase. It was very uncomfortable. And I was watching it happen. And I didn't have the vibrational level to stop it. Or are you integrating? Are things not really shifting up or down? They're sort of like bouncing along, right? Up, down, right? And that's okay. Even if your energy is stagnating, that's okay. Just realize that that's where you are. We can't shift our energy stage until we fully accept what is going on at the moment. In December, I lost a couple of clients and I was like, no, it's fine, everything's fine. I kept telling myself it's fine. And inside I was going, ah! And until I let myself feel the abject terror of losing clients, which isn't that big. I didn't lose a client. Our time was over. It was time to move on, right? But until I felt the terror of that, which seems silly now you're talking about it, I couldn't move out of it. So until I recognized that shrinking was what was really happening, I couldn't fix it. So you've got to really allow yourself to be where you are. Just for a moment. I'm not saying my business is shrinking, I quit, fine. It's not like that. But you can't pretend you're not where you are. That's not helping your work. So what stage do you think you're in? Just make note. Okay, so now we're going to do another exercise. This is the other sort of meditative exercise we're going to do for the day, and it's called running your energy. Well, that's what my coach called it. Some people call it grounding. So we're going to do this really quick. And this is besides bringing us all together as one, which is what we did first. This is the exercise that helps you clear your energy at the start and end of your day. And please, I'm going to put a little note here. Don't use grounding yourself as a way to spiritually numb out. Because that's something I did. When I first learned this exercise, I was like, oh, I could just be calm and relaxed all day long and it'll be fun. If I feel bad, I can just ground myself and my emotions will go away. And that is what is known as a spiritual bypass, meaning you're not actually doing the work. You're not actually feeling your feelings. You are not getting off this planet not feeling your feelings. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, well, you might get off this planet, but they're going to come rushing at you the moment you do. Better feel them now, right? Than all of a sudden at once. So don't use this exercise to bliss out because first of all, it won't work anyway. And it'll just leave you feeling frustrated. This is to clean up and raise your vibrational level at the beginning and ending of the day. That's it. And it's a really powerful way to get in your body, out of your head, and into service. So let's do it real quick. Well, not real quick, but we'll take our moment. Okay, so take a couple of deep breaths. Close your eyes if you'd like, but you don't have to. Just take a couple deep breaths. And I want you to put your energy down into your heart. When you do that, I actually feel something when I put my energy down. It feels good. And I want you to take the energy that's in your heart whatever color it is. And expand that energy to your whole body. So up through your throat, through your fifth chakra, cleaning that out. Up into your sixth chakra, cleaning out your third eye. We use communication and insight into our work a lot. So these two areas are really, really important for us to keep an eye on. Your sixth, clean out your seventh. Back down your arms and your elbows and your wrists and your fingers. Down your waist, all your organs, your hips and your thighs and your knees and your calves and your ankles. And that energy shoots straight down into the earth. Down through all the layers of earth, straight to the core of Mother Earth. And you're going to wrap your energy around that hot iron core that's melting the heart of our earth. And thank our Mother Earth for letting us stay. And send her love. She's up leveling too right now, so she needs love too. And take that energy, that grounded earth energy that has an entirely different quality to it, and bring it back up through your feet, through your ankles, through your shins, and your calves and your knees, through your thighs and your hips. What color is this energy for you? Through your waist, all your organs, your heart and your lungs, and your diaphragm, up through your fingers, up through your wrists, and your arms and your elbows, up through your shoulders. It meets up with that earth energy from your heart into your sixth chakra, into your fifth, sorry, your mouth and your throat, up through your sixth, through your third eye and your brain. And up through the crown of your head, that energy from Mother Earth goes straight up, 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 up. As high as you can possibly go, and some higher still further. And get a hold of that cosmic energy and bring it back down with you. This cosmic energy has a different quality altogether too. What does it look like for you? That cosmic energy shoots down through your seventh, the crown, into your sixth, cleaning it out. And the fifth, your throat. And back down through your heart and your lungs, your back, shoulders, down through your arms and your wrists and your hands. This cosmic energy is flowing through your cleansing things out, flowing through, removing dark energy that isn't serving you. Through your organs, through your ovaries. Sorry, guys. Through your ovaries or your testes, whichever. More women in here. Through your ovaries, through your hips and thighs, the knees, and your calves and your feet. And bask in that. This energy doesn't just flow straight through your body, it also flows through your energy field, cleaning out things that are no longer serving you. Now, we're going to take a comb, just a plain old comb, the whole size of your body from top to bottom. And you're going to take that comb and rake it through your energy field. And that's collecting all those little pieces of energy that aren't you, that attach to you throughout the day. You're going to remove that comb and put it into the earth with all the energy that isn't yours. It's weird, but every time I do that, I feel lighter. Okay, so wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet, wiggle your hands, bring yourself back. Okay, so now you should feel a little bit lighter. Your energy field should feel cleaner. And you've just now grounded yourself and started your day with power. So congratulations. Okay, so take a moment, take a drink of coffee. We're going to switch from the self-development stuff and all about you into the business side, so we take care of both sides. So number one, get your paper out, because we're going to take a little status check of where things are for you, so that when you proceed forward, you have a place to look back to. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being like ugh, to 10 being like woo, how do you feel about your business? What is your satisfaction level? On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the level of your business? And why? Make sure you write down why. Like, it's a 7 because, it's a 14. Well, it's not on the scale of 1 to 10 now, is it? It's a 3 because, it's an 8 because, whatever your answer is. And whatever number it is, it's okay. Whatever number it is, it's totally fine. I'll give you a second to write. Okay? Feel good? Okay. So now I want you to think for a moment, whatever your number is, that's fine. But what does a level 10 business look like for you? What does that look like? I mean, we have a scale from 1 to 10. You wrote the number down. That's fine at what level it is, right? Let's say it's a 5. So if your business right now is at a 5, what does a 10 look like? What does a 10 look like for you? Make some notes. I see you writing over there. Everybody makes some notes. Beautiful. Okay. So now we just looked at where you are and where you want to be. Awesome. Oh, somebody's still writing. I'll give you a sec. Okay. So what needs the most attention in your business right now? Is it clients? Is it visibility? Is it the new program you have to launch? What is it? Okay. So what I want you to do is write a commitment out to yourself. Like, I commit to, and try not to put too much limitation on yourself, but I commit to doing all of the actions required to get 4 clients in the next month. Or I commit to staying open and paying attention to my energy for the next 2 weeks or whatever. I want you to make a commitment to yourself for our 2 weeks together here. And write it down because you're going to need it in a moment. So write it down. Okay. I wrote one down too. Okay, so what I want you to do, everyone's muted, so don't worry. What I want you to do is put your hand over your heart. Everyone put your hand over your heart. These are where the most powerful commitments come from. So, wait, hold on, is everyone muted? Yeah, everyone's muted. Okay, so I want you to put your hand over your heart and say, I commit to, and read your commitment out loud. Okay? Ready, set, go. Okay, good. I commit to being here and present and to create the empowered you to support others to create a powerful morning routine in their lives and spread the love. Nice. People are still reading. Okay. Nice. Oh, I wish I could hear everyone's commitments. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. We're running out of time or I would have you. But what I want you to do is, in the group today, go post what your commitment is. I'll create a thread for it, but go post what your commitment is to yourself for the next 2 weeks. Okay? You've got this. Okay. Now, here's some planning questions for your business for the next, well, just some planning questions. Okay. So, question number 1, what's the biggest thing going on this month? Are you launching something? Is there something going on? Are you working towards something? Working to fill up your practice? Whatever. Write that down. I launched this. This is big. Yay! Okay. Then what's the biggest thing going on this week that you can do to support what's going on this month? Make sure you write it down. And are any of those in conflict with what you just committed to yourself? That's not helping you either. Okay, now I want you to write down the 3 things that you're going to do today. Today. You know, they say 3 things a day. Could be life, it could be work, whatever. But the 3 things that you are going to commit to yourself to getting accomplished today. And don't make them like start a new blog. You know that ain't 3 things. Okay, that's huge. Launching a blog's huge, just like launching anything else. So make sure that they're doable. Set yourself up for success, please. Okay. And then that's it for today. Now, the challenge for today is, 1, I'm going to create a thread in the group all about making a commitment to yourself. But 2, what are the 3 things? Oh no, sorry. That's not number 2. I just read the wrong note. Commitment number 2 is the number 2 challenge. 1, write your commitments out in the group to yourself for the next 2 weeks. 2, set an alarm on your phone for 3 times today, okay? This is going to be so easy. Morning, noon, and night. But I want you to do 1. I want you to check in on your energy 3 times a day. That's all. Where's your energy? Is it here? Is it present? Is it in your body? Is it coming from a place of love and excitement? Are you feeling like you're shrinking? Are you feeling like you're integrating? Are you feeling like you're in the flow? Are you freaking out? Are you excited? I mean, I want you to take a status check of your energy 3 times today. And I want you to come and tell us about the experiment. What did you learn from paying attention to yourself? Because look, it's our job. It's part of our job description. We got to know what's going on in here, okay? If you want to be a coach or a healer or any other sort of energetic worker, you have to. So check in, see how things are going, and then come share it with us. It's pretty easy homework. Okay, guys. Oh, I do sort of have a surprise. Maybe I'll tell you about it tomorrow since there weren't so many people in the group. But I'm also going to be including in a little evening routine stuff too, because I think that's just as powerful for you. So I hope you guys are joining in, because you'll see later. All right, make sure if you have any questions or if you need any support whatsoever, please reach out to the people in the group. We're going to be asking a lot of you, and sometimes that can be stressful. So ask for help, okay? That's what we're here for. I love you guys very much. Thank you for joining me today. It's so fun. Oh, I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye.